In this part, we're diving into stories that sell, inside the content strategies of the world's most trusted brands. Welcome to the course, where we're still in the introduction to content marketing and to a brand new learning journey into the world of content marketing. We are going to explore stories that sell, inside the content strategies of the world's most trusted brands. These brand stories are central to how modern businesses communicate, attract, and convert their audiences. This video is part of our learning journey here on Course Canvas, a channel where we break down complex topics into easy, practical lessons. I'm your trainer, Edward Hale. Let's begin. Content marketing is the foundation of modern brand storytelling, customer relationship building, and long-term audience engagement. It is the art and science of using content to attract, engage, and convert an audience into loyal customers and brand advocates. Unlike traditional advertising, content marketing does not ask for attention, it earns it. Over the next few minutes, we will explore how some of the most effective brands today have mastered the art of content marketing, with particular focus on MTN, a major telecom company in Africa. Along with Airbnb, a global leader in travel, and Elarra, a mission-driven fictional ethical fashion brand. This lesson will walk you through the practical principles, strategic thinking, and real execution steps that help these brands use content to fuel growth and trust. MTN provides a compelling case study in how content marketing can be used not just to promote products, but to shape public perception, build trust, and foster community. MTN is one of the largest mobile network operators in Africa and the Middle East. Their reach extends across culturally diverse regions, each with its own languages, economic conditions, social issues, and levels of digital literacy. Recognizing the complexity of their markets, MTN shifted away from only pushing product ads. Instead, they embraced storytelling and education. They launched initiatives like the MTN Yellow Stories campaign, which focused on real people whose lives were positively transformed by mobile connectivity. These stories were told in short video documentaries, many of them under 5 minutes, crafted to be emotionally resonant and easy to share. Each story showed how access to mobile data and services enabled entrepreneurs to launch businesses, students to continue education, or families to stay connected across borders. MTN used these stories not just to celebrate their services, but to place their customers at the center of their content universe. In parallel, MTN focused heavily on digital inclusion. Through campaigns that taught digital skills, cyber safety, and online business growth strategies, MTN created educational content that not only improved the lives of users, but increased their engagement with mobile services. This strategy led to increased data usage, loyalty, and referrals. Importantly, MTN's content was never generic. They localized it deeply. In Ghana, you would see campaigns in Twi. In Uganda, you'd see Luganda language stories. In Nigeria, Pidgin English content dominated. They didn't just translate words, they translated values. This localization created deeper emotional resonance. MTN essentially turned content into cultural currency. They were not just a mobile network provider. They became a partner in economic progress and digital empowerment. Let us now move to Airbnb, a completely different industry with a similar commitment to storytelling. Airbnb understood that their power as a brand did not lie in the properties they listed. It lay in the experiences they made possible. From the beginning, Airbnb focused on human-centered content. Their earliest marketing successes came not from traditional ads, but from the voices of their users. Hosts and guests alike were encouraged to share their experiences in their own words. Airbnb then elevated those stories into global campaigns. The Belong Anywhere initiative was a prime example. Instead of showcasing room interiors or pricing, Airbnb highlighted emotional stories of travelers finding connection, culture, and a sense of home in foreign places. The content included documentary-style films, interactive blog posts, podcasts, and immersive social media storytelling. Airbnb's website became not just a booking engine, but a publishing platform. Every listing included user-generated content like reviews, photos, and host stories that were strategically optimized for trust, emotional connection, and discoverability. Airbnb also mastered SEO-based content strategy. They built neighborhood guides, city insights, travel planning tips, and local experience blogs. All of this content was designed to serve the traveler's journey, from dreaming to planning to booking. The result was more organic traffic, deeper engagement, and a much higher conversion rate compared to traditional listings, only platforms. The brilliance of Airbnb's content marketing was not just emotional, it was technical. They knew how to blend high-quality storytelling with data-informed search optimization. That's why their blog didn't just inspire people, it brought them directly into the booking funnel. The third example brings us to Elarra, a fictional but realistic ethical fashion brand. Elarra's entire brand is built on transparency, sustainability, and community. They do not sell fast fashion. They sell timeless pieces made by artisans earning fair wages in responsible factories. From the beginning, Elarra's content strategy was educational and mission-led. They launched a blog series titled The Story Behind the Stitch, which explored the journey of each product from raw material to finished garment. Videos featured factory workers explaining their work, their tools, and their lives. Customers could follow the process of how their clothing was made, which built trust and appreciation for craftsmanship. Elarra also used influencer partnerships strategically, but not with celebrities. They worked with micro-influencers and sustainability advocates who genuinely believed in the brand. These collaborators created content like styling tips, minimalist wardrobe guides, and eco-lifestyle tutorials. That positioned Elarra not as a seller of clothes, but as a movement toward ethical living. The content lived on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and their own website, all carefully integrated with e-commerce paths. Elarra's newsletter did more than promote products. It educated readers on textile choices, garment care, and industry issues like greenwashing and labor rights. The result was a deeply loyal customer base who felt like co-owners in a mission, not just buyers of a brand. All three of these brands, from MTN to Airbnb to Elarra, succeeded because they understood content marketing is a long-term investment in value creation. They treated content not as decoration, but as infrastructure. Their strategies were based on deep audience insight. They used real customer feedback, behavioral data, cultural knowledge, and business intelligence to guide content creation. They had clear objectives tied to every campaign. Whether it was to increase mobile data adoption, build traveler trust, or raise ethical fashion awareness, each piece of content had a job to do. That job was always tied to human needs, emotional triggers, and measurable business results. They also invested in the right content formats for their goals. MTN used video because visual stories travel well across mobile-first markets. Airbnb used written and visual content to rank in search and spark emotional engagement. Elarra used visual, long-form, and community-based content to build a values-driven brand voice. They repurposed content smartly. A single blog post could become a series of Instagram carousels, email snippets, and short videos. A documentary could be cut into dozens of social clips. Smart brands understand that content is an asset, not an expense. You don't just publish and forget, you build, repurpose, and expand. Another key learning is the role of consistency and timing. MTN didn't post randomly. They tied their content calendars to local holidays, product launches, and national issues. Airbnb created content around seasonal travel behavior, cultural festivals, and customer questions. Elarra used their content to align with global events like Fashion Revolution Week and Earth Day. Great content marketing happens in context. The right message at the right time creates magic. Lastly, these brands measure what matters. They don't chase vanity metrics. They look at engagement quality, user behavior post-content, conversion rates, brand lift, referral growth, and customer retention. They use tools like Google Analytics, CRM integrations, heat maps, A/B testing, and social sentiment tracking. They constantly learn, optimize, and adapt. This is what transforms content marketing from a creative exercise into a business-driving system. In conclusion, mastering the art of content marketing is about telling the right story. To the right people at the right time through the right channel with the right intention. MTN mastered this by empowering communities and localizing content. Airbnb mastered it by humanizing travel and building trust through experience. Elarra mastered it by educating consumers and turning a purchase into a purpose. If you want to follow in their footsteps, you need to start by understanding your audience more deeply than your competitors do. You need to believe that your brand has stories worth telling, not just products worth selling. You need to commit to creating content consistently, strategically, and with real value. You must think beyond likes and views and focus on relationships, influence, and lifetime value. That is the path to mastery. That is how content marketing becomes not just a tactic, but the very soul of your brand. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next part of the course. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. I read every one.